Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Trinity Baptist College for Game 2 of this Thursday afternoon doubleheader between the Eagles and the Banyans from New College of Florida. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau. You're watching us on the TBC Eagles Sports Network, and you're looking at Piper Young in the circle for Trinity Baptist College. Young will make her 12th appearance overall this season, her 10th start. She has a record of 2 wins and 7 losses, 8 complete games. She has pitched 61 2/3 innings, allowing 65 hits, 48 runs, 40 of those earned for an ERA of 4.54. Young has walked 17 and struck out 50. Here's the lineup that Young will face. For the Banyans, a leadoff hitter, the center fielder Ella Krasuski. Batting second and right field is Madison Garcia. Pitching both games of the doubleheader and batting third in Game 2 is Madeline Dutton. The designated player, Carrie Ann Maitland, will bat fourth. Cameron Lee will bat fifth. She's playing second base. Batting sixth at third base will be Cheyenne Waddell. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Viviana Meneses. Batting eighth, doing the catching in Game 2 is Kira McDonough. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Eliza Soto. Not in the batting order, but playing shortstop will be Delaney Navarro. We are ready to begin game number 2. Ella Krasuski steps into the batter's box facing Piper Young. Krasuski was 2 for 4 with a run scored and a run driven in Game 1. The Banyans won that game 14-1, and the first pitch from Young was upstairs. In left field, Carlin Payne, Ashley Shaw in center, Ellery McGathey in right, Morgan Wells behind the plate, Kindly Duhigg at third, Ebony Medina the shortstop, Taylor Foster at second, and Sage Butler at first base. 1 ball, no strikes, and Young delivers and gets a fastball on the inside corner. That is strike 1. New College has won all 3 meetings so far between these two teams. This is game number 4, looking for the season sweep. And that one is fouled off, and TBC looking to get on the board versus the Banyans in 2024, the first season of Banyans, not just softball, but all athletics. And they've done a really good job all year long. A ball and 2 strikes. And Young delivers, and there's a pop-up towards first. Butler will make the catch, and there is 1 out. Brings up Madison Garcia, the Banyans' right fielder. Garcia came into today's play with a batting average of .297. In game number 1, 3 for 4, 3 runs scored and 2 driven in, and she pops up the first pitch. New College scored 14 runs. They got 13 hits, and all 14 runs were via the RBI. They drew 4 walks and struck out only twice. 1 strike pitch. That one a foul tip right into the mitt, and that's 0-2. Senior day for Kennedy Williams and Morgan Wells. And Morgan Wells was 2 for 3 in game number 1, including a triple and a run scored. Young ahead of Garcia, 0-2. And a pitch. That's a fly ball, left center field. Ashley Shaw will make the catch. Young has gotten the first 2 outs pretty quickly, and she'll face the pitcher, Madeline Dutton. At the plate, Dutton drove in 3 runs, an RBI in each of her first 3 plate appearances. That included a sacrifice fly. She was 1 for 2 overall and scored twice. First pitch is a swing and a miss at a tailing fastball away from the right-handed hitter. Dutton came into today's play at .342. That'll go up a little bit with her 1 for 2 performance. She now has 27 RBIs on the season. And she takes a fastball on the outside corner. Dutton also scored twice in game number 1, giving her a total of 17 runs on the season. Young quickly ahead of her, 0-2, and that one a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With the win, Banyans now 8-29 on the season. TBC comes in at 2-19 and 1-3 in South Region competition. New College of Florida, members of the NAIA. A swing and a miss. That is strike free. So Young gets one strikeout in the inning and a 1-2-3, top of the first. No score. We'll keep it right here and give you the batting order for Trinity Baptist College. The catcher will be Morgan Wells leading things off. Batting second will be Taylor Foster. She's at second base. The pitcher Piper Young will bat third. Sage Butler, the cleanup hitter, will play first base. Ebony Medina is batting fifth. She's the shortstop. Batting sixth in center field will be Ashley Shaw. Batting seventh in left field is Carlin Payne. Ellery McGatha is in right. She hits eighth, and Kylie Duhigg is playing third base and batting ninth. They are facing Madeline Dutton, who is now 2-7 after having won the opener here this afternoon. We don't have the updated stats for the Banians, but she came into today's play, Dutton that is, with an ERA of 7.25. That will go down, allowing just one earned run in 5 innings pitched. She does not have a save, but she has now pitched a total of 95 2/3 innings. We can tell you she's allowed 82 runs. 74 of those have been earned. She has walked 40. She walked 41 now with one walk in game number 1. And she struck out 56 coming in. I believe she had 8 strikeouts in game number 1. And if correct, that would make it 64 on the season. The defense for the Banians, the left fielder is Eliza Soto. In center field is Ella Krasuski, and in right field is Madison Garcia. Cheyenne Waddell is playing third base. Our first look at her today. The shortstop is Delaney Navarro. Cameron Lee is at second base. Viviana Meneses is at first, and Kira McDonough is behind the plate. Here's Morgan Wells, 2 for 3 in game number 1, including a triple and a run scored, and she takes the first pitch. Fastball a little bit low and outside. Wells now hitting an even 300, 1 homer and 6 RBIs. Madeline Dutton, 5 innings in game number 1. Swing and a miss to even the count. She threw hard then, and she's still throwing hard now. Banians have used a total of 6 pitchers this season. Dutton by far leads in innings pitched with now 95.2. And a high pop-up by Wells. This one is out of play, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Dutton back in the circle, ready to deliver. There's a 1-2. High fly ball, well hit towards center, but the wind will knock that one down, blowing in at 17 miles per hour, and the catch is made without any trouble at all by Krasuski. If not for the wind, that ball is still going and would easily be a home run. But again, that wind blowing in at about 17 miles per hour. We're at 72 degrees, not counting the wind factor. Taylor Foster at the plate. 0 for 2 in game number 1, and is now batting .211 with 2 RBIs. Showed bunt, but pulled back in time to take the pitch outside. So 1 ball, no strikes. Foster batting left-handed. She did that each time up in the first game. And drops down the bunt, and she's going to beat the throw to first. Very close, a good strong throw by Waddell. And Foster hustling is aboard with a bunt single. Waddell had a little bit of trouble with it, but Foster beat the throw. So there's a runner at first with nobody out, and Piper Young, the pitcher, at the plate. Young is hitting .236. She had an RBI single in game number 1. 1 for 3. Takes the first pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. Foster with pretty good speed at first. Both these teams have a good number of players who can run. Eagles as a team have stolen 33 bases and been caught only 8 times. 1 ball, no strikes. And this one is fouled off. Good swing by Young, but a little bit tardy. New College is 61 for 73 in stolen base attempts. They have now played 37 games. The Eagles have played 21. A ball and a strike to Young, who does have a homer this season. She has driven in 12. And she fouls this one off. And out of play to the right side, and that's now 1-2. Young had a terrific outing in the circle down at New College. One defensive miscue allowed New College to end up winning that ball game 4-2. Here's a 1-2. And a blooper into center, but it's going to stay up long enough for Krasuski. A couple of well-struck balls caught in center field with a bunt single in between. And Sage Butler at the plate. Her first appearance of the day. She did not play in game number 1. Kennedy Williams got the start on senior day. Butler has a couple of home runs. She got one Monday. Butler's hitting 182. She's driven in 4. First pitch is a fastball upstairs. That home run came against Lake Sumter State College in game number 2. And she hit that ball out and out in a hurry. No doubter. 1 ball, no strikes. Foster at first. Big swing by Butler, but a little bit tardy. And it's 1-1. Eagles have hit the ball pretty well here in this first inning, but both times Krasuski was there to make the play. Here's a 1-1 and a strike on the inner half. Butler appeared to disagree, but it's 1-2. Foster beat out a bunt. She's at first, and there are 2 away. And Dutton ready with the pitch. Good swing, and Butler got a piece of it and fouled it back. Count remains 1-2. Medina on deck. Gonna be tough to get one out of here today. We've seen a few balls already knocked down. 2 of them did reach the fence. That one by Wells most likely would have been over, and over by a long way if not for the wind. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sage Butler at the plate for the Eagles. Here's a 2-2. There's driven into left field. The wind will knock it down, but it is a base hit. Foster had stopped, and now she's heading towards third. The throw is not in time. Sage Butler takes second base on the play as well. Eagles have 2 in scoring position, but there are 2 out. Had a little obstructed view. I couldn't tell if Soto might have had a little trouble with the ball or if Foster just decided to keep on going. It's a base hit for Sage Butler. Medina digs in. Good swing, and that one is fouled off. Well, on the throw, Butler did take second base. No balls and a strike to Ebony Medina. Nothing out of 1 in game number 1. And a fastball is a little bit low and inside. Medina now hitting .231. Dutton allowed just 5 hits in the opener. 2 on, 2 out, both in scoring position. And the pitch. Good swing by Medina, and she fouls it back. The Eagles have gotten some looks at the pitcher in the circle, and maybe in game number 2 they can square a few up. Of course, they hit the ball pretty well, as has been happening of late. defensive plays against them. The 1-2. That one is smacked foul. Dutton did strike out 8, as I thought earlier on. A ball and 2 strikes to Medina, the Eagles shortstop. Chance to drive in a pair. That one slipped out of the hands of Dutton, but ball rebounded well off the net, and credit McDonough with getting back there in a hurry, keeping Foster at third base. Kira McDonough did not play in game number 1. She's doing the catching here in the nightcap. Two balls, 2 strikes. Medina looking to get the Eagles on the board, and the pitch. Got her swinging. Well, that ends the inning. Couple of hits for TBC. 2 left, no runs. After 1, no score. Top of the second, and Carrie Ann Maitland will lead things off, followed by Cameron Lee and Cheyenne Waddell. Maitland drove in 4 runs in game number 1. She was 2 for 4. Both those hits drove in a pair each. And the first pitch fastball a little bit low and inside. Good day at the plate already for Waddell, or Maitland rather, and a strike called right down the middle. She now has 8 RBIs overall on the season. Came in hitting 171, but 2 for 4. That'll go up. Here's a 1-1, and a strike called right down the middle. Ball and 2 strikes. She's now approaching 250 and takes this one low and outside. On deck hitter Cameron Lee playing second base. Here's a 2-2. Got her swinging a changeup. And that is strikeout number 2 for Young. And it brings up Cameron Lee. In game 1, Lee 1 for 2. She scored a run and drove one in. Came in at 194. Up over 200 now. And the first pitch fastball is high and away. One ball, no strikes. Young delivers and misses inside. Young asking where that ball was. Umpire says a little in tight. So 2 balls, no strikes. Ground ball, 1 hopper towards Foster. The scoop and the flip for the out. Young has retired the first 5 hitters, and now she will face Cheyenne Waddell. Our first look at Waddell. She comes in hitting 102, no homers, and an RBI. First pitch, swing and a foul off the mask of Wells. Cheyenne Waddell, a freshman from Cape Coral High School, or Cape Coral Mariner High School. She's also one of the Banyans pitchers. No balls and a strike. And this one misses low. Counts even at 1-1. Eagles will have 6, 7, and 8 due up in the second inning. Here's a pitch from Young, a little bit high. Two balls and a strike. Piper Young ready, and the pitch. High fly ball, shallow right field. Shaw will make the catch. Piper Young has retired the first 6 batters, and after an inning and a half, we have no score. Bottom of the second coming up, and Ashley Shaw, Carlin Payne, and Ellery McGatha are the scheduled hitters for TBC, facing Madeline Dutton, who allowed a couple of hits in the first inning but no runs. Ashley Shaw, nothing out of 2 in game number 1, batting 176 with 4 runs driven in. Dutton's first pitch is right down the middle. 0-1. In case you haven't heard yet, the doubleheader against Edward Waters University has moved to Monday, April 8th at 5 p.m. And a good fastball on the inner half of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. We plan to bring that to you here on TBC Eagles. Those are the final home games for TBC. 2-strike pitch from Dutton. And this one pulled foul. Nice play, Coach Ray. That's a gold glover over there in the third base coach's box. Shaw back in with 2 strikes. And Dutton ready, and the pitch. This one is low and inside. Ball and 2 strikes. All the fielders have to battle that sun. We saw that happen quite a few times Monday. Both teams having trouble looking up to catch fly balls. Here's a 1-2. Hot shot hit into left field, a base hit. Shaw, big turnaround first, but she'll stop right there. Hit number 3 for TBC. They had only 5 off Dutton in the opener. Carlin Payne at the plate. She had one of those 5 hits, a bunt single, 1 for 1. Payne hitting .250 with 3 runs driven in. Shaw runs very well. She has stolen 8 out of 9, and she was off on the pitch, and Payne bunted the first pitch foul. Shaw will return to first. 1 strike on Carlin Payne. Ellery McGatha next, followed by Kylie Duhigg, then the top of the order. Keep an eye on Shaw. Let's see what she has in mind. She's going. The pitch, the throw down to second into center field, and a ball gets away. Shaw will round third. They're waving her in. Here's a throw to the plate, not in time. Ashley Shaw, credit her with a stolen base, and then a two-base throwing error charge to the catcher, and the Eagles lead 1-0. Unearned run at the moment, depending on what happens the rest of the inning. One ball, one strike, and the pitch to Payne is upstairs. Eagles with their first lead of the afternoon. 2 balls and a strike to Carlin Payne. There's a chopper. She's hustling, got a chance to beat it, and she is safe. Carlin Payne with the infield single. Eagles already with a run in, and now a runner at first with nobody out. Ellery McGatha steps in. 1 for 2 in the opener. McGatha now batting .310. Payne at first and the pitch. McGatha tried to bunt and popped it foul. Shaw gets credit for a stolen base and came in all the way from second on the overthrow. The one-strike pitch, swing and a miss. Payne is off on the pitch. The throw is in time. Caught stealing for Carlin Payne. She is now 1 for 2, and Coach Regulacion wants to call time, make sure that the tag was applied. Payne still standing on the bag for the moment. And the call stands, and that's the first out, rather. Throw one hopped down to second, but Navarro made the play. And now, umpires are going to talk about it. Game 1, we had a couple of calls overturned after discussion. Payne has her helmet and is trotting back out to second base. Nope, she's just handing off. Well, she does have her helmet. Still waiting the final word. And they're calling her safe. So that's going to be a stolen base now, and I'll put my eraser to work again. Sam's doing our stats now. She's going to make the quick edit. And for Carlin Payne, now with her second stolen base of the season. No balls, 2 strikes, and McGatha waiting to step back into the box. That's a third call we've had overturned this afternoon. 2 in the first game, and now 1 here in the second inning of Game 2. Sam, if you ever keep a scorebook on paper, use a pencil. 2 strikes. Now McGatha, an RBI opportunity. Line drive. The ball is in the right field. Payne had to hold up, so she will stop at third. And another base hit for TBC. McGatha's second of the day, first in game number 2. Payne, good heads-up base running, making sure the ball was not caught. So runners are at the corners, nobody out. 1 run is in. That's going to change the run that Shaw scored to an earned run. Brings up Kylie Duhigg. She shows bunt. Runner's on the move towards second. And Magatha has a stolen base. Pitch was high for ball 1. Because after the stolen base by Shaw, 2 singles would have scored her anyway, so that run becomes earned. One ball, no strikes to Duhigg. And a pitch from Dutton. Misses up and away. That is ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Dutton takes a long look and now ready. High pop foul and out of play. Hopefully that wasn't a car that ball hit. I heard a big old crash. I almost forgot to move my car out of the way after I got my stuff out to set up for the broadcast. Almost forgot to go put the car in the parking lot. I've already had my fender ripped off a couple weeks ago. I don't need a broken windshield. Here's a 2-1. That one in the dirt. Here comes Payne. She will score. That'll be a wild pitch charge to Dutton. Magatha also advances to third. 2 runs are in with a runner at third and nobody out. Three balls and a strike. Duhigg still with an RBI opportunity. She's driven in 5 so far this season. Here's a 3-1. Ball 4. Eagles will have runners at the corners. And Duhigg wants to swing the bat. Now she trots on down to first. Brings up Morgan Wells, who was robbed of a home run by the wind. The ball caught just shy of the warning track in center by Krasuski. Wind has calmed down a little bit right now, but still blowing pretty briskly. Another ball like that would at least score a run. First pitch to Wells. She shows bunt and goes right through it for the strike. Wells trying to squeeze that runner home from third. That runner is Ellery Magatha. Duhigg at first. 1 strike the count. Not showing bunt this time, and Wells takes the pitch outside. Shaw singled, stole second and scored. Payne, infield single, stole second and scored. Magatha singled and stole the base, and Duhigg walked. Wells showing bunt. Pulls back. High fly ball to center field. Should score the run. The catch is made. Here comes Magatha. The throw will be cut off. And then the throw made to the plate. And the Eagles lead 3-0. Credit Wells with an RBI sacrifice fly. There's 1 out with Kylie Duhigg at first. 3 runs are in, and Taylor Foster is at the plate. 1 for 1, a bunt single in the first, but was left stranded at third base. There's a tapper. She's hustling. The throw to first. It is in time. Foster, though, does advance Duhigg into scoring position. Very close play at first, but the out. And Piper Young at the plate. Lined out to center her first time up. Young digs in with the pitch. And a strike called at the top of the zone. 3-0 Eagles. We're in the bottom of the second. All 3 runs this inning. The first 3 batters all reached and have come across. No balls and a strike. 2 Young. And the pitch. Misses inside. Now Dutton asking where the ball was. It's 1-1. Young has a lot of room in the right center field gap. In fact, both gaps. Corner outfielders hugging the lines. The 1-1. And this one is high for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. The way the Banians swung the bat in game 1, Eagles want to tack on as much as possible. Here's a 2-1. There's a hard ground ball into right center field, a base hit. Duhigg will round third. She will score, and it's 4-0. RBI single for Young, an ill-advised throw to the plate, but Young holds at first. First 4 batters all reached and have come in, and now with 2 outs, Sage Butler is at the plate. She is 1 for 1, got a base hit in the first. This is the 8th Eagle to bat in the second. So Butler ready to dig in. Piper Young, pretty good speed at first base. And a pitch. Young started to go, held up, and the ball's popped up and will be caught by Navarro, the shortstop. And that ends the inning. The Eagles, though, score 4 runs on 4 hits and leave 1. And after 2, Trinity Baptist leads 4-0. Piper Young in the circle with a 4-run lead, and she will face 7, 8, and 9 in the top of the third. Meneses, McDonough, and Soto. We get our first look at Viviana Meneses, looking for her first hit of the season. She's had 5 opportunities. She has scored a run, and she takes the first pitch for a strike. Viviana Meneses, a junior. 1 strike, and Young delivers. There's a pop-up behind the infield. Foster over near the line makes the catch. 1 out for the catcher, Kira McDonough. She's hitting .268, did not play in game number 1. She has homered 1 time and driven in 8. And Young is ready with the first pitch. A little change of pace and had the hitter out in front. Young will change speeds pretty well. All-South region pitcher from a year ago. And a 1-strike pitch. There's a tapper pulled foul. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, base is empty. Top of the third, TBC leads 4-0. And Young delivers. Strike 3 called, and that is out number 2. For Piper Young, her third strikeout. And it brings up left fielder Eliza Soto. This will be her first at-bat of the day. Nothing out of 6 so far this season. She has scored a run. She has drawn 3 walks. And Young's first pitch. It's a fastball a little bit inside. New College of Florida from Sarasota. Took 2 from the Eagles down there a couple of weeks ago and trying to do the same here in Jacksonville. 2 balls, no strikes. Eagles trying to earn the split today. Young had a very good outing against them in Sarasota. Now hoping to get the W. And good fastball up and away, but swung on and missed. Here comes Young with the pitch and misses outside. That's ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Banyan's in the dugout cheering on Soto. Here's a 3-1 and strike 2 right down Broadway. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, base is empty. Ella Krasuski, the leadoff hitter, on deck, looking for a chance with a runner on base. Young trying to make sure, wait till next inning to face Krasuski. But that's ball 4, so Krasuski will step in now. First walk allowed by Piper Young. Now runner at first with 2 outs, and Krasuski at the plate. First base runner allowed by Piper Young. Krasuski popped up her first time. There's a little one-hopper to Foster. She'll have to hurry, and she flips in time for the out. Nice play by Taylor Foster. And that ends the inning. A walk and 1 left. Bottom of the third coming up with the Eagles leading 4-0. Eagles come to bat in the bottom of the third, leading 4-0. A defensive change for New College. Tiffany Lepick has taken over at third base for Cheyenne Waddell in the number 6 hole of the batting order. This is Ebony Medina at the plate, and she pokes the first one foul down the first baseline. Medina went down on strikes to end the first. Madeline Dutton starts her third inning of work. She's allowed 5 hits, walked 1, and 4 earned runs. Terrific job in game number 1. The Eagles got to her in the last inning. And the one-strike pitch, a line drive, but foul down the right side. Medina hit that ball very hard, but sliced it a little too far to the right. No balls, 2 strikes. Medina, Shaw, and Payne, the scheduled hitters. 0-2. Dutton is ready with the pitch. And misses a little bit outside. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch misses outside. Banyans have someone starting to get ready in the bullpen. If I'm seeing that right, I believe it's Madison Garcia. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Medina is in the dirt. That's ball 3. Dutton has pitched a total of 7 innings on the day. Medina, behind 0-2, has now worked the count full. Here's a payoff pitch. Ground ball off the glove of Dutton. The throw to first, not in time. Medina will stop right there with an infield single. Dutton got a glove on it and slowed it down just enough to keep Navarro from getting the throw off in time. A base hit. Number 6 for TBC. Medina, good speed at first. Ashley Shaw at the plate. Started that rally in the second with a base hit and stole the base and scored. Medina at first and the pitch. She's on the move. The bunt is down. Throw to first is in time. Medina, a big turnaround second, and she gets back in under the throw. Sacrifice bunt for Shaw, putting Medina at second base. One out, Carlin Payne at the plate. Got an infield single, a stolen base, and a run in the big second inning. Medina at second. She's 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts. Check swing. And no swing at a pitch outside. Payne flinched but held up in time. 1 ball, no strikes. Nice play by Dutton. Got off the rubber and got the out at first. Here's the 1-0. Payne showed bunt. Medina's off on the throw to third. Gets away. A stolen base. Good backup. Keeping the runner at third. Stolen base number 5 on the season for Medina. The pitch was called a strike. So the count's 1-1. Now a chance for Payne to drive in the run from third with only 1 out. And she takes strike 2 on the inner half of the plate. Good fastball by Dutton with some movement on it. Agatha on deck, followed by Duhigg should the inning continue that far. Counts 1-2 to Payne. And Payne showing bunt with 2 strikes and pulled back in time to take the pitch upstairs. 2-strike bunt shown. Let's see what Payne has in mind with the count of 2-2. Not bunting and gets a little slow roller that will bring home the run. The throw to first is in time. That's an RBI for Carlin Payne, scoring Medina from third, and the Eagles lead 5-0. Good at-bat by Payne. Very productive out, and it brings up Ellery McGatha. She also singled, stole the base, and scored in the second. 2 outs, base is empty. And the first pitch is a little bit outside. There's a light tower post in my way of the view of the bullpen, but I did see a Banyan get up and go Madison Garcia a few minutes ago. Here's the 1-0. High pop-up. This one is out of play. Now it looks a little more like Garcia might be swinging a bat over there instead of throwing. A ball and a strike. 1 run is in, 5-0 TBC. Here's the 1-1. High pop-up on the infield, and the shortstop Navarro will make the catch to retire the side. Leadoff single comes around to score. RBI by Carlin Payne. After 3, TBC leads 5-0. Madison Garcia, Madeline Dutton, Carrie Ann Maitland, the scheduled hitters in the top of the 4th, facing Piper Young. The only base runner she has allowed has been a walk so far. Garcia hit the ball pretty well her first time up, but had it caught in center field. So Garcia ready to start things off in the 4th. And the first pitch from Young is a changeup outside. Medina was playing well over toward third base. And she's going to walk back into that same position, giving Garcia some good ground opening on the third base side of second. That one just missed. That's ball 2. Young ready, 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch is right down the middle. Two balls and a strike. And Young delivers, and a good swing and a foul straight back. We told you about the schedule change to Monday, 5 o'clock against Edward Waters. And then a little more than a week before TBC heads over to Florida State College at Jacksonville at 2 p.m. on April 16th. And then the final 2 play dates, April 26th at Albany State in Albany, Georgia, and at Fort Valley State the next day in Fort Valley, Georgia. And that's it for TBC Eagles softball's regular season. Counts 2-2. Young delivers. High fly ball, very well hit towards left. This ball is off the fence. Garcia around second and will stop right there. Wind kept that one in the ballpark, and the first hit for the Banyans is a leadoff double by Garcia in the 4th. Still looked for a moment like that ball was going to get out even with the wind blowing. Again, you're hitting the ball into a wind gust of up to 17 miles an hour and more. It's going to be difficult. Dutton at the plate. She drills one towards center. This ball is going to be caught. No! Comes out of Shaw's glove. A runner's going to round third. She will score. It's going to be an error on the Eagles center fielder. No RBI credited, but the run is on the board. Unearned at the moment, and Carrie Ann Maitland at the plate. Tuesday, April 9th, New College at St. Thomas University. First pitch to Maitland is outside. Banyans have swung the bat to start the inning here. Garcia doubled off the fence. Dutton had a ball dropped in center field. And Maitland trying to drive in another run. And she takes a strike to even the count. I thought the first pitch was called a ball. Scoreboard says 0-2, and that is the count. So 2 strikes. Young delivers. Got her swinging with the changeup. Not the very slow change, but just enough difference in speed to get Maitland. That's the first out. And the fourth for Piper Young. Brings up Cameron Lee. Grounded to second her first time up. Good swing and a foul back. Tiffany Lepick is on deck. This would be her first at-bat of game 2. She came in defensively half an inning ago. Left-handed hitter. High pop-up behind the infield. Foster will make the catch for out number 2. Tiffany Lepick now at the plate. She led off the opener. She was 1 for 2, drove in a run, also drew a walk and scored twice. She takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Lepick came in hitting .419. A little bit more than that now with the 1 for 2. And the 1 strike pitch is inside. Lepick now with 11 RBIs after 2 in the first game. And she pulls one into right. Magatha picks it up. And she will hold the runner at third. Ball's hit very hard, maybe a little too hard to score that run. Lepick having a very good day at the plate. Madeline Dutton is at third. Viviana Meneses is at the plate. Popped up to second her first time up. Right now the tying run is in the on-deck circle. Here's the first pitch from Young, and this one misses outside. 1 run is in. Madison Garcia doubled to start the inning and came in on the ball not caught in center. The 1-0. And a strike at the knees. Eagles will have 9, 1, and 2 due up in the 4th. Duhigg, Wells, and Foster. A ball and a strike. Ball 2 is upstairs. Morgan Wells is coming up firing just in case Lepick tries to take off. Lepick is 5 for 7 on the season. Swing and a miss. Young 1 strike away from getting out of the inning with just the 1 run. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. A little bit high, and the count now full. There still is a base open. Kira McDonough is on deck. 3-2. Strike three swinging, and that ends the inning. An unearned run and 2 left. Bottom of the 4th coming up with the Eagles leading 5-1. Kylie Duhigg, Morgan Wells, Taylor Foster starting things off in the 4th inning. 5-1 TBC. They got 4 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. New College came back with 1 in the 4th. Duhigg walked and scored in the 4-run 2nd. And we have a strike called. Defensive change we'll tell you about in just a moment. 1 strike pitch. That one's pulled. Fair ball down the left field line. Duhigg around first. Kind of lost her footing trying to get out of the batter's box, so she'll have to stop there with a single. Hit number 8 for TBC. Kiesha Waters is a new defensive player in left field for New College in the number 9 hole, taking over for Eliza Soto. Morgan Wells at the plate. She's hit the ball hard. Got a sac fly to center her last time up. Runners going. The pitch is swung on and missed, and Duhigg is out at second. That erases the leadoff single and a big break for Madeline Dutton. Wells nothing out of 1, but with an RBI. Bases empty, 1 out in the 4th. And that one fouled back into the net. No balls, 2 strikes. Dutton back on the rubber. Wells digging in. And here's the 0-2. And tapped foul. Wells already with a couple of hits here on senior day, both of them in the first game. She's also scored a run and now driven one in with that sac fly in the 2nd inning of game 2. Had a triple off the fence and a base hit in the opener. No balls, 2 strikes. And here comes the 0-2. There's a ball well hit towards right. That one is going to go up against the fence. Wells has herself a double, and she will stop right there at second base. Now that caught stealing looming very large after the leadoff single. Brings up Taylor Foster for Morgan Wells, her third hit of this doubleheader. Hit number 9 for the Eagles in game 2, and it brings up Foster, who is 1 for 2. Bunt single in the first. Wells at second. And Dutton's first pitch. Wells is on the move, and she'll stop right there. Thought for a moment Wells was trying to steal third, but she was just getting a good jump. Pitch was called ball 1. Navarro covering third, and she got there in a hurry. 1 ball, no strikes. This bunt attempt goes foul, and Wells again trying to get a very good lead-off second base and head start on the bunt attempt. She'll trot back to second. Foster will pick up her bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Dutton ready. Here's the 1-1. And this time Foster a little late trying to pull the bat back, and she fouled it off. Now with 2 strikes, will she try to bunt again? Count 1-2. And Foster not showing bunt with 2 strikes, and she takes one upstairs. Wells looking to score run number 6 for TBC. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a little blooper. That ball's going to be caught, and Wells will make it back in time. Charging in was Ella Krasuski, and she made the catch on the run. 2 outs for Piper Young, who drove in a run with the base hit in the second. She is 1 for 2. For Young, that was her 13th ribby of the season. That one's drilled down the right field line. That ball's going to drop foul. Nothing but a strike. And Wells back to second. Hey, Garcia was hustling. She was trying to make that catch. Didn't take anything for granted. A lot of room in right center for Young. Here's the 0-1. Little looper. That ball is a fair ball down the right field line. Wells will have to stop at third. Piper Young with her second hit of the game. Runners at the corners, but there are 2 out. Sage Butler is 1 for 2. Got the base hit in the first and a pop-up in the second. Let's see if Young has any thoughts about taking off. She's 2 for 3. Swing and a miss. Good rip by Butler, but she came up empty. Insurance runs on the bags for TBC. Manion started to hit Young a little bit in the top of this inning. Young is going. There's a ground ball into center field, a base hit. Wells will score. RBI single for Sage Butler. It is now 6-1. Just placed it right back where it came from and got the run home for Butler, her 5th RBI of the season. Brings up Medina, who singled and scored her last time up. 2 on, 2 out. And a pitch. Line drive into right. That's a base hit. Piper Young will round third, and she'll put on the brakes. The ball gets away. Here comes Young. She will score. Butler on her way to third with nobody covering. It is a base hit for Medina. No RBI because Young had stopped, and she scores on the errant throw. Arrow will go to the right fielder. It is now 7-0. That run unearned, depending on what happens next. Ashley Shaw at the plate, 1 for 1 with a sacrifice and a run scored. Takes the first pitch inside. Those two runners on base, very important. If they score, TBC would then have an 8-run lead heading into the 5th. Butler at third, Medina at second. And the pitch. Ground ball hard, but foul down the left field line. A ball and a strike. Shaw singled in the second, stole a base, and scored the Eagles' first run. Sacrifice bunt in the third. Chance to drive in 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1. High pop-up. That should stay in play for McDonough. And the ball is dropped as there's a collision. Let's hope McDonough's all right. She's popping right back up. Medina back to her bag. Butler back to third. That's going to be an error charge to the catcher. A ball and 2 strikes to Ashley Shaw. And those 2 runners in scoring position, very important for the Eagles. Line drive, base hit. 1 run is in. Medina will stop at third. Shaw's going to take second on the throw. Eagles lead 8-1. RBI for Ashley Shaw with Medina at third and Shaw now at second. Carlin Payne at the plate. And we have time called. And it looks like we may have a new pitcher. Garcia was warming up earlier, coming in from right field. We'll pause here. We'll be back in just a bit. Garcia is headed back to right field, and Dutton is still in the circle facing Carlin Payne, who was 1 for 2 with an RBI. Ground ball brought home a run in the third. Payne takes the first pitch upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Garcia had come to the rubber from right field, but is now back in right field. All-important run at third would give the Eagles an 8-run lead heading to the 5th. Here's the 1-0. There's a tapper. Payne is hustling. The throw is in time. Good play by Dutton and a good dig at first base by Manessis. Eagles, though, get 3, and we go to the 5th with TBC leading 8-1. We go to the 5th, 8-1 Trinity Baptist. Kira McDonough, Kiesha Waters, and Ella Krasuski are the scheduled hitters. Piper Young, 4 innings, 1 unearned run so far. Just 1 hit. She has walked 1 and struck out 5. Here is McDonough. Called out on strikes her first time, and the pitch is a fastball a little bit inside. Get another look at Kiesha Waters, who played all of game 1. When she comes to the plate, we'll tell you how she did. And we'll say now she did a very good job. There's a ground ball off the glove of Young. Foster to first in time. Goes as 1-4-3 on the putout. Young got a glove on it, slowed it down, and may have kept that ball on the infield for Foster to make the play. So here's Kiesha Waters. 2 for 3 in game 1, drove in a run and scored 3. Came in hitting .376, and she's a little closer to 400 now with that performance. And she takes the first pitch for a ball. She's now scored 22 runs on the season. And that evens a count at a ball and a strike. Her RBI was her 2nd of the season. First at-bat of game 2 for Waters, who came in defensively. There's a bunt attempt, popped up, and it will roll foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eagles will have McGatha, Duhigg, and Wells due up in the 5th. And Young trying to keep it a 7-run game and give her team a chance to score that 8th in the bottom half. A ball and 2 strikes. And that one in the dirt may have slipped out of Young's fingertips. Had to pause for a moment to check on something. And Waters back in the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Piper Young takes a long look, and now she's ready. The 2-2 popped up to the right side. Butler right on top of the line, battling the sun, and made the play. Sage Butler somehow kept her sight on the ball, and now she's trying to rub her eyes after having to battle that sunlight. 2 outs, bases empty for Ella Krasuski. And the pitch is popped up into the net. No balls and a strike. Piper Young looking for her 3rd win of the season. She has a 7-run lead in the 5th. Krasuski has popped up and grounded out, both to the right side, and she takes ball one upstairs. Garcia on deck. She has the only hit so far for the Banyans. Young ready, the 1-1. High fly ball, center field. Ashley Shaw coming in, makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Young in the 5th. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Eagles need 1 run to end the game. It's 8-1. Bottom of the 5th, and we'll tell you the changes in a moment, but Ella Krasuski is now in the circle. There are 2 other changes. A sophomore from Placida, Florida, facing Ellery Magatha. High fly ball, right center field. That ball's going to be on the ground. Magatha with a base hit. A great diving attempt by new center fielder Kiesha Waters, who moved over from left, but that's a base hit for Magatha, her second of the ball game. Great attempt by Waters. That ball was actually in his glove and the ground jarred it loose. So Waters goes from left to center, and Madeline Dutton goes from the circle into left field. Kylie Duhigg now at the plate for TBC. And the pitch. Bunt shown, and she takes ball 1 inside. Krasuski makes her 8th appearance overall. She has no wins, no losses. 15 1/3 innings pitched. 19 earned runs. She has walked 9 and allowed 23 hits and struck out 13. Duhigg couldn't quite pull the bat back in time, and she fouled off the bunt attempt. Ellery Magatha at first base. If she scores, this game is over. It's 8-1. We are in the 5th. Duhigg followed by Wells, Foster, and Young. The 1-1. And a strike called on the inside corner. Wind has really calmed down a lot. It's not blowing anywhere nearly as much as it did throughout most of both of these games. Here's a 1-2. Check swing. And they're going to check again and went too far. And that is strike 3. So a strikeout for Ella Krasuski. Brings up Morgan Wells. In the sixth, Garcia, Dutton, and Maitland are the scheduled hitters. Eagles trying to make sure that doesn't happen. They have the potential game ender at first. Wells at the plate, 1 out. And the pitch. It is in the dirt. McGatha will take off towards second. She'll be there on a wild pitch, but now McDonough got the worst of that bounce, and she's going to have to get checked on. We'll pause right here. We'll be right back. Thankfully, Kira McDonough is all right. She stays back there behind the plate. Wells gave her an opportunity to catch her breath, and now she's back in the box with a count of 1 ball, no strikes. Now that game-ending run potentially is at second base. Wells is 1 for 2 with an RBI, and the pitch. Bunt shown, and this one is taken upstairs. Wells has had a really good day today. 3 hits overall, a run scored and a run driven in. Actually, 2 runs scored, 1 in each game. 2 balls, no strikes. McGatha singled to start the inning. Advanced to second with 1 out on the wild pitch. Here's a 2-0. That one is in the dirt. McGatha's taking off. They're going to throw to third. They're going to have her on a run down. Flip back to second is in time. And that takes that run off the bases. 2, 5, 4 on the putout. Good job by McDonough to block the pitch in the dirt and made a good throw to third. Lepic ran the runner back to second, and the flip and the putout by Cameron Lee. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Now the base is empty. And this one is upstairs. That's ball 4. And Morgan Wells is aboard. She runs well, and Taylor Foster's at the plate. That was a huge out on the base paths. Again, if McGatha could have scored, the game would be over. But now Wells represents that run. She's at first. There are 2 outs. Garcia, Dutton, and Maitland due up in the 6th. And a swing and a foul ball from Taylor Foster. No balls and a strike. Jordan Broden, the interim baseball coach, now in attendance, about to go up to play Voorhees tomorrow and Saturday. Come back with a few W's. No balls and a strike. Coach Copeland starting to do very well. Swing and a miss. Wells was taking off on the pitch. That's a stolen base, but now 2 strikes on Foster. Should the inning continue, Piper Young would bat next. Jordan, you guys ready to play some ball this weekend, right? 17 days since their last game. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and that ends the inning. The leadoff single was erased on the base pass, and the Eagles do not score, but we go to the 6th in an 8-1 game. Madison Garcia has the only hit so far. She's 1 for 2 and scored the run. Piper Young's first pitch of the sixth is popped up on the infield. Medina makes the catch. One away. In the bottom of the sixth, it will be Young, Butler, and Medina due up for TBC. And Young trying to keep it 7 runs in again. Give her team a chance to end it early. Madeline Dutton, 0 for 2, reached on an error her last time up. On that ball, the run scored. Line drive hard towards left, right at Carlin Payne. That ball was absolutely scorched, and Payne made the catch. There are now 2 out. Carrie Ann Maitland has gone down swinging twice. Good job by Payne. That ball started to knuckle on her out there and left. And fastball misses outside. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch. That is right down the middle to even the count. One ball, one strike. Line drive towards left. Payne once again right there to make the play. 2 running catches by Carlin Payne on balls hit very hard into left field. 1, 2, 3 go the Banyans, and we go to the bottom of the sixth. 8-1 TBC. Bottom of the sixth, Piper Young, Sage Butler, Ebony Medina will face Ella Krasuski, who's in relief of Madeline Dutton. Krasuski, 1 inning so far, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Piper Young will lead things off, and she's looking like today's player of the game here in game 2. 2 for 3 in RBI and a run scored at the plate. 6 innings pitched. 1 unearned run in the circle. Great defense by Carlin Payne in left. Here's the first pitch, and this one's in the dirt. If the Eagles score, the game's over. If they don't, they will have a 7-run lead going into the 7th. We got a youth group softball team joining us now. They're going to have some practice, maybe even play a game once this one is over, as that pitch is fouled off. Young drove in a run with a base hit in the second, singled again in the fourth, and scored the middle of 3. Eagles with 4 in the second, 1 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. The 1-1 is upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. It's been Hannah Hewling working the camera for us throughout game 2. Josh Harris did the first one. Hannah, I guess you're better luck than Josh was. Here's a 2-1, and this one is upstairs. Of course, Sam doing the stats. She and Marilyn always do a terrific job. 3 balls and a strike. Eagles could certainly use Young and her speed on the base paths. Butler on deck. Again, not nearly as much wind as we had earlier, and Young pops this one up and out of play. Whoa, what a catch! Too bad we didn't get the camera on you, sir. That was a great catch. Hannah, come on, you got to get that one. Counts full on Piper Young. Didn't use a hat or anything, barehanded. Here's a payoff pitch. Got her swinging. Will Young will head back, grab her glove, and get ready to pitch the 7th inning unless the Eagles can score. Sage Butler at the plate, singled, drove in a run, and scored in the 4th. She's 2 for 3. She has all the room she wants in left center. Here's a first pitch, and a changeup is high. One ball, no strikes. Ella Krasuski with the 1-0. Took something off the fastball and had a little dip to it, and it's 1-1. Krasuski, a sophomore from Placida, Florida. A ball and a strike. And a pitch. Just a little bit inside. Butler looked like she wanted to go for it, but the ball tailed in toward her, and she took it for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Medina waiting on deck. Here comes a 2-1. Oh, Butler all over that one, but out in front. She straightens that up. This game is over. Counts 2-2. 1 out, bases empty. 8-1 Trinity Baptist, bottom of the 6th. Here's a 2-2, and that one misses high. Viviana Meneses, the first baseman, even though she has the visor on, she still has to use her hand to shade that sun, which is going to start setting very soon. Cameron Lee, no hat at second base. 3 balls, 2 strikes. High pop up over near the fence. 3 giving chase, and it lands safely and bounces out of play. Dutton gave it a good effort. Couldn't quite get there in time. So Butler gets another chance with the count of 3 balls, 2 strikes. Banyans won the first game 14-1. Trinity Baptist leads 8-1 in the 6th inning of game 2. Sage Butler digs in. Here comes the payoff. High pop up. She got under it. This should be caught. 2 away. Tiffany Lepick puts it down for out number 2. Cameron Lee, Tiffany Lepick, Viviana Meneses due up in the 7th. Ebony Medina at the plate. Ashley Shaw, Carlin Payne, the next 2 scheduled hitters should the inning continue. Here's the first pitch from Krasuski, and this one is pulled foul toward the Eagles' dugout. No balls and a strike. Krasuski checks her signs. She's also having to battle the sun in the circle. Here's the 1-strike pitch, and that one slipped out of her hands, and it's 1-1. Ball and a strike. Medina trying to get on base, keep this inning alive. And the pitch. Good swing, but she fouled it back a little bit tardy. Counts 1-2. Temperature starting to drop just a bit. Still very pleasant out here on the west side. Ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. High pop up. That will stay in play. And we are going to the 7th inning. Eagles go down in order, but Piper Young will try to close this one out and pick up her third win of the season. It's 8-1 Eagles as we go to the seventh. Eagles need to get 3 outs as they lead 8-1 in the seventh. Crooked numbers in the second and the fourth. A single run in the third. Cameron Lee will lead it off. She's 0 for 2. And the first pitch is low and inside. Young, 6 innings, 1 unearned run, just 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Piper Young, definitely today's player of the game. Also a couple of hits, an RBI, and a run scored at the plate. Gets this one in for a strike. Carlin Payne made those 2 great catches in left field 1 inning ago. Here's the 1-1. That one hit the plate. That's ball 2. The only hit, a double by Madison Garcia. She then scored on a miscue in center field. 2 balls and a strike. High pop up. Medina calls off Duhigg and makes the catch. 1 away. Tiffany Lepick makes her second appearance at the plate today. She singled in the fourth. Cheyenne Waddell started the ball game, and Lepick took over in the third. First pitch to Lepick. That one is downstairs. She had a pretty good day. Couple of hits in the first game. 1 for 1 here in the second. Meneses waiting on deck. She does have a bat in the circle. And the 1-0. Foul tip into the mitt. Count even at 1-1. Eagles will play again on Monday night, 5 and 7 against Edward Waters University. The 1-1. Fastball's up and in. April 16th at Florida State College at Jacksonville. April 26th and 27th, doubleheaders at Albany State and Fort Valley State. That'll do it for the regular season. 3 balls and a strike. Banyans at St. Thomas University on Tuesday the 9th. Florida Memorial on Wednesday the 10th. Here's a 3-1. Ball 4 is outside. Only the third base runner allowed by Piper Young. 2 walks and a double. Here's Viviana Meneses. She's 0 for 2. 1 out with the runner at first. And that ball got away from Wells, and that allows Lepick into second on a wild pitch. And Coach Regulacion heading out to the mound to talk to his pitcher. April 12th, Banyans at Fort Lauderdale. April 16th at Warner University. We'll go ahead and finish their schedule as well. April 19th at Florida National University and home against Fort Lauderdale on April 22nd. That'll do it for the Banyans in the regular season. One out, runner at second. One ball, no strikes to Viviana Meneses. Kira McDonough, Keisha Waters scheduled next. And Young's having a little trouble holding on to the ball. Looks like it's slipping out the last few pitches. That's ball two. Don't want to give this team free base runners. They can hit. Here's a 2-0. And another one slips out. That's ball three. Three balls, no strikes, one out. And the pitch. And that one is right down the middle. Coach Regulacion already used a trip to the mound. Here's a 3-1 coming from Piper Young. High fly ball to right. McGatha charging in, makes the catch. We had a little bit of a technical issue. Get you caught up in just a moment. A run just scored while we were out. This is Asia Waters. A ground ball. The throw went wild. And that allowed Lepic to cross the plate. It is now 8-2. Waters at the plate, 2 outs, 1 strike, and the pitch is upstairs. Fortunately, we got back on for what Piper Young is hoping is the final batter of the game. Here's a 1-1 from Young, and strike 2 called. Banyans down to their final strike. Run was unearned. It's 1-2. High pop-up. That's going to get out of play. And our gentleman's not there to make the catch, and Hannah didn't even try. She's wrapped herself up in the blanket. It's gotten a little cooler out here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two outs, runner at first. 8-2 Eagles, and the pitch. High pop foul. It's coming my way, but it's not going to reach me, and it's out of play. Almost bounced to me, but just out of my reach. I was trying, at least. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Young ready, and the pitch. Misses upstairs, snap throw to first. Good throw by Wells, but the runner's back. That's Kira McDonough. No RBI credited to McDonough. A little tapper, and the throw went wild, and Lepic scored from second. That's what you missed if we got out during that time. And the foul ball, good battle by Keisha Waters. She fell behind, fouled off a couple pitches. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Young trying to finish it off with this pitch. Here's a 2-2. Line drive in a left field, a base hit. Inning still alive. Brings up top of the order and Ella Krasuski. She's 0 for 3. It's only the second hit off Piper Young. And the pitch. Misses upstairs. 8-2. Eagles looking for that final out. High fly ball, center field. Shaw camps under it. That's the ball game. Final score, Trinity Baptist College 8, New College of Florida 2. Piper Young goes the distance, 7 innings, 2 unearned runs, just 2 hits. She walked 2 and struck out 5. And Young now 3-7 on the season. Trinity Baptist now 3-19 overall and 1-3 in South Region competition. The Banyans 8-30 now after the split of the doubleheader. And the loss goes to Madeline Dutton, who is now 2-8 on the season. Piper Young, our player of the game, in addition to what we just told you about in the circle at the plate. Young 2 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. Carlin Payne made 2 terrific defensive plays out there in left field. Eagles had a couple of crooked number innings in the second and the fourth. That's going to do it for us here at TBC. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you to the New College fans as the Banyans coming up from Sarasota. Hope to see a lot of the Banyans in all the sports again next year. Thank you to Hannah and Sam working the camera and the stats for Game 2. Josh and Marilyn in the opener for Coach Ray Regulacion and Athletic Director John D. Jones. I'm Ray Bureau saying good night and God bless you from Trinity Baptist College.